What's good? I'm professional shooting coach Colin Castella, and if your shot's broke, this is the easiest and fastest way to rebuild it. All right, as a professional shooting coach, I get messages and emails all the time from players all over the world who know that their shot needs to be reworked, but they have no idea how to go about it. And the problem is, most shooting coaches out there are gonna have you do it the complete backwards way that doesn't get results, and it'll actually just kill your confidence and probably kill your jumper. So today what I wanna do in this video is walk you through the process of how you can actually rebuild your own jump shot to make sure you're seeing the gains and the results that you wanna see. Now, before I jump into it, if you really wanna get these reps in and become a great shooter as well, all you gotta do is click the top link in the description down below or the top link in the comments to get free access to my quick draw shooting workout. This is a shooting workout that I put together exclusively for you guys to help get your shot faster and more consistent, because those are the two things that most players really need. They need that shot speed and that shot consistency. So click the link down below, get free access. Now, the very first thing when it comes to being able to rebuild your shot is what we call backwards design. Backwards design. A lot of players, change what they need to fix on their jump shot and they try to rebuild based off of what looks good. Right? So this is the problem that a lot of coaches say is they're like, hey, you've got to do this with your elbow, you got to do this with your feet, you got to do this with your hips, you got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And there's all this information. But the problem is you only want to fix the one or two things that are causing your misses, because at the end of the day, you want to make more jump shots. It doesn't really matter what it looks like, right? So the problem a lot of times players is they'll fix a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of the stuff they fixed had nothing to do with their misses or their makes, right? So what we want to use is backwards design, and what I highly recommend is charting your shots. So go out, get a workout, maybe get 20 shots, 30 shots, 40 shots, 50 shots, whatever it is, and track where you missed those shots. I'm talking about, did you miss front rim? Did you miss back rim? Did you miss left? Did you miss right? If you can track your shots on the rim where you missed, it's gonna start to tell you that, there's probably similarities to your misses, and then those are the things that you wanna fix, right? A great example is this. I hear coaches, say it all the time. They'll be like, hey, my player shoots with a left-handed shot line where it comes up the left side of their body. We've gotta fix that, right? But if you're only missing long or only missing short, that's probably not something you need to fix, because that's a left to right issue, correct? So what we want to do is use backwards design first to find out how you're missing, become a really self-aware shooter, and then you can become your own shooting coach and fix it 10 times faster than if you rehauled your entire jump shot. All right, so now that we're focusing on backwards design, the next major key is that you want to hyper-focus on one thing at a time. Now, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes I see over and over and over again. Player says, okay, my shot's trash, it's broke, I need to fix it, I need to get, down to it. And they start working on like 6 or 7 things. They go, okay, now my feet's got to be here, and now my hands got to be here, and then I got to be looking here, my chest got to be here, and my hips are doing this, and blah, 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 blah. And they got a laundry list of like 8 things they're trying to do. If you're trying to think about like 8 different things on your jump shot all at one time, it is almost impossible to implement all of them, right? So what I highly recommend, and this doesn't matter if you're in 2nd grade, all the way through like an NBA player, you want to hyper focus on one thing at a time and really work on that one mechanic. So let's just say you miss a lot of shots short. If you track all your shots, you find out, all right, like 70% of my misses are coming off of the front rim. That means you got to get more power. So you're going to focus on one thing that's going to give you more power. That might be a turn of the feet. That might be loading the ball lower. Whatever it is, you're going to hyper focus on that one thing until it feels comfortable, right? That might be a week, might be a week and a half, whatever it is. But I promise you, you will see much faster and much more efficient results if you focus on one or maybe 2 things, right? Some shooters can focus on 2 at a time, but I would never do more than that, right? So take one mechanic, maybe 2, and have that be your hyper focus when you're rebuilding your jump shot, and you're gonna go a lot faster. All right, so you're starting with backwards design, and then you're hyper focusing on one mechanic. But at this part of the video, most of the time players ask me, yeah, but like, where do I start, right? I know I gotta have a mechanic, I charted my misses, but I'm still stuck. So the next thing I always like to say is, when in doubt, start with the foundation. When in doubt, start with the foundation, meaning your feet. Because most of the time on a jump shot, a lot of the things that go wrong in the upper body and like the release on a jump shot start further down the body in the feet and in the preparation. So what I would always recommend, when in doubt, start with your lower body, whether that's working on your foot placement, working on your footwork, working on how wide your feet are, right? If you can work on those things first with your foundation to get your foundation right, a lot of the times the other things solve themselves. I was in a gym the other day and I saw a coach working with a player shooting jump shots at the other end of the gym, right? And I could tell they were working with the player because their release was too low. And the coach kept saying, get your release up, get your release up, get your release up, over and over again. And the player was like trying to, but just couldn't do it. And it's because their foundation, the way they had their feet set, wasn't allowing their release to go higher. So instead of just like banging your head against the door going like higher release, higher release, higher release, a lot of the times it's further down in your feet. And so if you can get your foundation right first, that's a massive tip that helps a ton of players so they don't waste a bunch of time. And don't forget, if you really want to turbocharge your shooting speed and your shooting accuracy, click the top link in the description down below or the top link in the comments to get free access to my quick draw shooting workout. It's the perfect workout to make sure that your jumper is on ice every single time you enter the gym. And if you're new to Shotmechanics, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back, because we're going to put out 4 videos every single week to really make sure we're giving you as much basketball information to get you better. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shotmechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching. Until next time, splash on.